Lecturer Carning Ludovich, scribed by Amelie Formas, 141st year of Burr. The bureaucracy of Palinor will always be most accurately summed up by its first ever Grand Speaker, Karislav Arinova, during his final speech to the exterior before his untimely and likely orchestrated demise. He compared our dear Ground Council, the myriad full councils, the equal-numbered shadow councils, the twin manifests for both the exterior and interior, the pathetic minor councils, and the incumbent petty lords' councils, all like an extravagantly stacked cake. Similarly to the ones those young guild couples organized for a wedding made with the finest Ferrach sugar and the whitest, sweetest cream. All of it carefully placed on the floor of a back alley of a tassels district. In that, it is impressive in both its creation, the stupidity of its placement, and that it reaches the highest echelons just so that the cockroaches and the rats have both the means and the desire to rise to its top. A more elegant and deceased man I have yet to meet than the dear Grand Speaker himself. May his suicide by several crossbow bolts be mourned in all council halls that want to mysteriously and coincidentally be raided the following evening. In his memory, let us discuss together how the festering orc shit that is our humble city became several steps worse than it was since his bolt-ridden body fell into the Odios. But first, a heavily shortened history as to why Palinor whips its political phallus around more violently than the razor winds. Aegis, long ago, was a fortress, Argisev, a farming hub, and Palinor, the greedy heart of its trading post. So, logically, filled with liars, cheats, and all manners of scum under the sun. So while the other two provided the services to the many port towns and hill cities that they desperately needed, Palinor schemed, manipulated, and lied. Palinor had gained titular rulership by pitting the Aegeans against the shoremen of Janak through blood feuds and underminings, and by setting arbitrary trade taxes with the southern lords until they retaliated with bans upon Argisev produce, leaving the lied geyser all but reliant on Palinor. However, one would do well to be independent, as until 70 winters ago, the triumvirate was ruled by none other than the puppet king Baskilavos, which was in fact his actual and literal title. It really goes to show that when the Grey Hoods murdered him and his masters, any conceivable system was better than the former carnival that had been the administration. And now the new leaders, no longer idealist insurrectionists, had the task of forming a new method of governance. However, several of the Grey Hoods were so desperately impressed with themselves for reading Emmerich Thlas's The Time-Lost Empire of Salunamas, they decided to base Palinor's new system on Saluminas's archaic republic framework. It is because of this, while they were too busy being joyous about their own intellectual superiority and enlightenment, that they missed the mark. Now we have a chimeric abomination of a child, with the idealism of the long-gone Salunamas, the individualism and egomania of the Eilish, and the strict monarchical serfdom of the southern lords. It is Sorry. It appears we will have a break. Once I return, we shall discuss the councils, their workings, and how the system's ingenuity and naivety both impress and terrify. Oh, and, of course, these documents do not leave this hall. Copying will end with a evening at the gallows.